Yo, this is Dova Blackhat Gaming. I do RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and many more. Subscribe to see more and enjoy the video.
Do you need something? The Tale of the Great Moth Priest Hunt. Not something I'd want to read. Wait, how about the Tale of the Goose Chase Around Skyrim? No, not that either. Let's just get this over and done with. Skyrim's a big place, so it might take some time to say the least before we find the priest. Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter. Do you need something? Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir, which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind. Yeah, actually. So, where are we off to now? Alright. I do, actually. You may think it's kind of weird, but I enjoyed playing with the rats by our castle Undercroft. That became my own little hideout for a while, where I'd go to when I just wanted some peace and quiet. It was also near the sea. Even when I became a vampire, I still did enjoy the breeze and fresh air. Anything natural and calm, really, just to get me away from all that was happening at my home with my father. Usually when he was in a bad mood. Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned province. Do you need something?
This is glorious. Don't you just love a bit of rain?
It does feel kind of normal, but that's from me, speaking as a vampire. Even as I'm undead, or however you put it, I still do feel like a normal person, mostly. I still breathe, feel, and sleep. Except now I just have a great desire for blood, and the sun kind of irritates my skin. These symptoms are rather mild, though. Not like other vampires who almost burn in the sunlight. So, I'm really just like you mortals in many ways. Hopefully, that makes me more relatable. The Tale of the Great Moth... Oh, what is it?
Pet something.
That
It'll come back to me.
sounds weird. What are you getting at? Well, that sounds better. I mean, it is a valid concern, really. Fortunately for you, I happen to know an incantation for this. Here, give me your journal. Every time you open it up to look at some quests, you should also now see Serana tracking marker. Move your finger over that, and there you have it. Your very own marker which shows wherever I am at any given point in time. I do trust, though, you will only use this for adventuring purposes and nothing else. I prefer to have some privacy whenever I can, okay? So, what do you want to talk about? What are you getting at? Hey, I wouldn't be falling behind if you didn't start running off for somewhere without telling me. But, hey, anything that'll help us stay together is a plus in my book. I mean, we should try to stay close, but at times that simply isn't possible. Either because of me, or you. So, here it is. Here's a spell I learned, which allows the user to teleport an ally right to their side. Which is me, in this case. Now, don't go overusing this, okay? I personally get a little nauseous whenever I teleport. So, what's on your mind? Do you need something? About... Yeah, actually. I definitely didn't expect there to be a war of succession while I was gone. Also, I never expected a Cyrodiilic empire to conquer Tamriel, that Tiber Septum. Even the Remnants didn't achieve godhood. But, what do you think of all this? Oh, I see. Well, if it's worth anything, I do agree with you. Somewhat, at least. Worshipping Talos isn't my thing. What's the plan? All right. Yeah, actually. This might seem a bit heavy, but hear me out. What's your outlook on life? What gets you up every morning?
There once was a hero named Lucian Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous.
Me too. Just getting pent up on that island. Ugh. It feels so good to be outside and adventuring for once. Oops. The Tale of the Great Moth Priest Hunt. Not something I'd want to read. All right. By the divines, I just realized I've been casting the usual Drain Life and Ice Spike spells so much. You must think my exceptionalism in Magicka is, well, laughable. Well, I'll prove that I did learn more than 3 spells in the last 1,000 years. The essentials like Candlelight, Oak Flesh, some conjuration spells like Flame Atronach, and even some healing spells. If I haven't been casting them now, I'll cast them more. Do you need something? What do you mean? Well, I guess it's because I never felt that kind of thing was for me. I was always expected to act a certain
This
way,
city's put up with
and was
raging
never
rebels,
really asked
2
if that
dangerous
was what I
invasions,
truly
the
wanted.
Alliance War, an army
I
of
always
crossbows
knew
and
I was
reach
meant for
speed.
more.
And it's
Not
still
like
here.
one of those girls who felt pretty and stood inside their castles all day. And then, things started getting icy between my parents. That basically hit the nail on the head for me, at least for how I wanted to live. I saw neither of them as role
Storms
models
used to
after
scare me
that.
when I was little. Now I just find them exciting.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this. I've always wondered what the Dwemer actually looked like. If one believes Nordsen, they were much like elves, but with beards. But what about young dwarves? Were they indistinguishable from, say, the Altmer then? Maybe there were other differences. Lighter skin tone, or tails? No. Why would they have tails? I don't know. Don't mind my rambling. It's just there's so many artifacts from their civilization, and yet we know so little. What did they look like? Where did they go?
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no! No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing!
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop. Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw. You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here
I
needs
suppose
a
it's
guide.
too much to ask that these bandits will just hand
no,
the golden claw over if we ask
By
them
the 8,
nicely.
fine. But only to the edge of town.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings. Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else. I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one. This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long.
It's
Such
so
a child.
bright out here.
Mara
I don't
bless
know
you
how
for
you
agreeing to
stand
help
it.
us. Well, it's a winding road up the mountain just ahead. You'll know you're in the right place once you spot the old watchtower. Once you get to the tower, head north. Bleak Falls Barrow should be just around the corner further up. Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting for you back in the shop. Painful.
at least make it interesting.
Before my eyes. It was much too short.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Enough out of you.
Oh, it's on.
There's snow escape. Get it? Because it's snowing.
Kill you!
Radical solution. How is that possible?
How can you even move around in that thing? It looks awful to even put on.
Sorry, I keep meaning to give you this, since this arrangement seems to be working out all right for us so far. Oh, it's a Dwemer resonance sphere. Just something my father gave to me before I left home for when I found myself someone to travel with. When activated, it resonates with its twin, which I'll always keep on my person. That way, if we're ever separated, all you have to do is give it a rub and we'll be able to find each other, no matter how far apart we are. Handy, right? Don't mention it. I mean, hopefully we won't have to use it very often. I'll stick to you like oh, I don't know, something sticky. Yep, that's what I'll do.
You ever think about what's next? I've always fancied visiting the Somerset Isles. Okay.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
This must be
Closest town
that
from there is
beautiful
Riverwood.
Skyrim
My
weather
uncle's
I've
blacksmith
always
there.
heard about.
I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today. Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. If the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it. These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself. Warrior. Good. I knew you shouldn't have been on that cult the minute I laid eyes on you. I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
Toss a coin to your hero, oh valley of white run, oh valley of white run, oh.
Now that is what I call an earworm.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was as big
Uncle
as a
Halvor,
mountain.
hello.
It flew right over the barrel!
What are you doing?
Dragons now, is it?
Are you on leave from...
If you
Sure.
keep on like this,
Oh.
everyone in town will think you're
What
crazy.
happened to you, boy?
And I've got better things to
Shh,
you in
Uncle,
some kind of
please.
trouble?
Keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it. Sigrid, we have company.
Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Must you push like that?
Now then, boy, what's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to stop. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new. Right. See you around.
Did you see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Well, I'd better get back to work. You two make yourselves at home.
It's nice to be back in a friendly spot, huh? Listen, I'm going to lay up here for a while. You can make your own way to Solitude from here. I'd recommend heading to Whiterun, just down the road from here. From there you can take a carriage to Solitude. Be careful on the way to Solitude. Damn stormcloaks could be anywhere.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Hello. Good to see you. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. Take care of yourself.
If the news from Helgen is true, well, there's no telling what it means. What would you have me do then? Nothing? My lord,
What's the
please.
meaning of this interruption?
This is no time for
Jarl
rash
Balgrup
action.
is not
I just
receiving
think we need
visitors.
more information before we act.
As
Who's
Housecarl,
this, then?
my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me.
It's all right.
I'm
Irvin.
starting to
I
think...
want to hear what he has to say. What's this about Riverwood being in danger? Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong? By Ysmir, Irileth was right! What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. You know,
This
if you've
is a
got the
priority
aptitude,
now.
you should join the
Anything we
Mages
can use
College
to fight
in
this
Winterhold.
dragon, or dragons. We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. you seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Yes? There's this wretched memory which haunts me. Makes me miserable every time. Let's just keep moving, alright?
This is so exciting! We're off to explore a genuine Nordic ruin. There'll be so much to study, so much to record. What fun! So long as the place isn't full of zombies, of course. But then, what are the chances of that? Alright then. Here we are, Bleak Falls Barrow, home of the ancient lords, but more importantly, bandits who seem terribly eager to murder us. What fun!
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now. So, what do you want to talk about? I can't imagine living here, or being dead here, or whatever they call it. Ugh. Hold on. Did you hear something? We may be in for more trouble.
passion and fear in equal measure. The hallmark of a good adventure.
Get it away from me! Get it away!
Ah!
Don't let it get out!
Is he okay? We may be in for more trouble.
You! Over here! You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there. Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you. It's coming loose. I can feel it. You fool.
Who's there? Now that's good team play. Not very impressive. Who's there? Close quarters it is then. Heal up if you can. We may be in for more trouble. Weapons up. It's too easy. Who's there? Not very impressive. We'll take them Are you all right? Hold on. Did you hear something? What's inside?
We should move in here.
I've got you in my...
I know. Enough mucking about. Do this. Are you alright? So, what's on your mind? The tale of the great moth priest hunt. Not something... Wait, how about let's just get this over and done with. Skyrim's a big place, so it might take some time to say the least before we find the priest.
How are you doing? Let's keep moving. Just carefully, all right? Phew, that was quite the battle. Slightly terrifying. Glad we didn't die. And look, you have a fancy rock. Would you awfully mind if I take a look? At the Dragonstone, I mean. Oh, thank you. Yes, this is fascinating. Fascinating! It looks like a map of some description, and here, on the reverse, some kind of text. I'm uncertain of the language, but it looks old. Very old. Perhaps Farengar can tell us more. Let's go.
Did you know this place was once a bustling hub for traders? Hard to imagine it now.
Don't we have some more important things to worry about right now?
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
You see? The terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text. Perhaps dating to just after the Dragon War. If so, I could use this to cross-reference the names with other later texts.
Good. I'm glad you're making progress. My employers are anxious to have some tangible answers.
Oh, have no fear. The Jarl himself has finally taken an interest, so I'm now able to devote most of my time to this research.
Time is running, Farengar, don't forget. This isn't some theoretical question. Dragons have come back.
Yes, don't worry. Although the chance to see a living dragon up close would be tremendously valuable. Now, let me show you something else I found. Very intriguing. I think your employers may be interested as well.
You have a visitor.
Bah, yes, the Jarl's protege. Back from Bleak Falls Barrow. You didn't die, it seems. Ah, the Dragonstone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with me. So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right.
How can you even move around in that thing? It looks awful to even put on.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter. Never saw anything like this back on the island. I'm so glad I left that place.
I must admit I'm a little anxious about the idea of confronting a live dragon in battle. I mean, it's exciting. I'll get to see something hardly anyone else in Tamriel has ever laid eyes on. But equally, it might roast us alive. If you say so, boss. I hope you're right. I've been meaning to ask you something. Got a moment? Look, I know I'm not very good at practical things. You know, combat. I rely on you to win our battles, and I shouldn't. So I suppose I was wondering, do you think you could train me? Fantastic! Can't wait to get cracking. On we go.
Good luck. I hope you get there in time.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that place. I can't stay.
Now what do you say? Shall we go kill us a dragon?
Yeah, damn right.
Let's move out.
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. I If that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're doing.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Procky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
Guardsman, what happened here? Where's this dragon? Quickly now!
I don't know. Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Why are we even hanging around here? Your business here better be important.
We killed the dragon! Go team... Team us. Yep. Go us.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That would prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
My boots are starting to
There weren't any
slosh.
dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irleth? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Irleth. Tell us. Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical
This is
dragon.
glorious.
Someone
Don't
who
you just
can
love a
put
bit
down
of rain?
dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecar. You ain't a Nord.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
If you really are Dragonborn, like out of the old tales, you ought to be able to shout. Can you? Have you tried? What manner of power is that? You really are Dragonborn, then.
can't believe we actually killed a dragon.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
I must say, the security here is kind of open. Not really enforced, when that's the point of building a place like this, really.
That thing. With the lights and the burning. Does that happen often? No, I don't suppose it would have done. Not a lot of dragons around. Traditionally, anyway. Listen, I hate to speculate, but do you think it could have been a soul? And you absorbed it. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. As was the beast, as terrifying as it may have been. It seems an awful waste just leaving it lying there like that. There's so much to be learned. How does it fly, for instance? A creature of that size, with that wingspan, it defies all known laws of motion. Perhaps there might be a clue in its bone structure. I don't know. Do you think you could get me a sample? I'll give you 100 septims for it. Oh, thank you. That really would help my research. Something on your mind? You have. Thank you so much. An actual dragon bone. I'll get a lot out of studying this. Oh, here's your gold, my friend. Right behind you.
This must be that
So, where are we off to?
Alright. Now that I think of it, there is. What brings you to Skyrim? So that in the end, you would get rich, get famous, or perhaps something else? Like save a damsel from a dragon? And perhaps you've already done that. Hey, so I do admire your race's fondness for the sea, as pirates, sailors, or adventurers of the open waters. I used to read stories and great tales of Redguard pirates, from the shores of Stros Mackay to the farthest reaches of the Abetian Sea. Especially the daring adventures of Jaik Talonwood. He was a little childhood hero of mine. So what do you say? Would you like to sail the open seas in pursuit of fame and the rarest treasures? I was kind of just playing around, but I like your enthusiasm. Maybe we should set sail for the coasts of Hammerfell sometime. After we're done with everything here in Skyrim.
Look, you already have been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
I've been meaning to ask, why did you join the Dawnguard?
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun, and we'll pay good money for information. A woman. She's likely... We are not welcome here in Whiterun. So we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
I've been meaning to ask, why did you join the Dawnguard? Huh. And here I was expecting some righteous reason or tale of tragedy. I never would have imagined you taking a random leap into this. You sure vampires never wronged you? Never ruined your life? Huh. You truly are peculiar. Hey, I came across these research notes on something called artificial consciousness at that merchant store earlier. It's oddly fascinating. When you have a moment, could you give it a read and share your thoughts? I'd love to know what you make of it. Oh? What is it? Oh? So you finally read the research notes? Ario has a bright mind, although he has some ideas that sound more like tales from a mad bard. An automaton with consciousness? Fascinating, and somewhat unsettling. Well, think about it. For us, consciousness comes with our souls. It's what makes us... us. But an automaton? What would it be powered by? If it's not a soul gem, then what? The sheer energy of an ego? Perhaps. We live in a world where necromancers raise the dead and mages shoot fire from their fingers. But a truly conscious automaton? That's a curious thought. I mean, can you even imagine an automaton that doesn't look like some Dwemer's worst nightmare? Skulking around and asking about the meaning of life? Oh, absolutely. Just so I can ask it how it feels about the weather. Or mud crabs. Every conscious being should have an opinion on mud crabs. Dreams? Now, that's another layer of complexity. Would it dream of Dwemer's sheep? I wouldn't say prefer, but if Aryo could make one that didn't terrify the local children and looked less clunky, it might blend in a bit better. Oh, and if it's good looking, you'll have to watch out. You might get competition. Do you need something? Every step we take is steeped in history. Let's keep writing our own, shall we?
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean?
The Greybeards.
We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that. Dragonborn? What do you know about the Dragonborn? So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rangar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn?
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rangar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you know? To climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable, the weather or the inhabitants. I was just thinking about some alchemical principles: comprehension, destruction, and reconstruction. You first need to understand the structure of what you're trying to transmute, like what wheat is made out of, and how those properties fit into making a health potion. Then there's deconstruction. You break down the wheat into a more malleable state, along with the other ingredients. Finally, there's reconstruction. You use the energy and materials created from the deconstruction to make what you're trying to make, like the health potion.
How are you doing, my friend?
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you. Lead the way.
Well, this castle definitely looks better than the one back on the island, that's for sure.
Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. See you all on the next video. Enjoy life and stay gaming.
Walk with the army.